Well, first of all, the correction, we don't have our own public utility district. Well, if you're asking. So I think, again, it goes to local control. I think we should have our own police department. We have our own police department. I don't, at this point, see a good reason. I've got an open mind about this, but at this point, I don't see a good reason not to have our own police department. There's been some issues, especially locally, with some particular incidents, but I think those are fixable in terms of dealing with any kind of the specifics about what happened and what kind of procedures were followed or not followed and how that can be dealt with. I think if you look at the bigger picture of why we annexed into becoming a city in the first place, as far as I understand, that was one of the major issues. The response times were, several minutes, if not more like 10 or 20 or 30 minutes, and now we have response times that are 2 or 3 minutes. And I think most Islanders, if not everybody, would want to keep that. And I think if we go to with a police department, a situation where we contract out that service, it could lead to detrimental impacts. And also, where's the accountability? Same with the water utility and otherwise. I know there's a lot of discussion about having KPUD take over our water utility. And I'm open to that idea, but to this point, I haven't seen a really convincing reason to make that something I would support, because I see that the rates, City Council in recent coming up this week is likely to reduce the rates to 34 to 35, 30, effectively a 39% decrease potentially. And if we can get the rates about the same as what KPUD would offer, we retain our water rights, we retain our utility that we already have. Again, it's about local control, it's about accountability. If we have a problem with our city government, we can go to City Hall, we can raise those concerns. If it's a situation where the sheriff's office is running our police department, people are going to go to Port Orchard and complain about it, you lose that local control, and that concerns me.
Okay.
I'm very much a fan of having our own police department. I do think that it could be made more efficient and still maintain a strong sense of local safety, public safety, and support. But I think we need to explore ways that maybe in terms of sharing resources that could bring some economies to the situation. But people move here because they like the sense of security that a local police department provides, and it's very important to me and a lot of people. I've been onto the water system. I've been on the utility advisory committee for the city for the last 2 years, and I'm very much an advocate, after carefully and thoughtfully looking at it, of transferring our water utility to the KPUD for a couple of reasons. One, they're a very, very well-run, efficient organization that already has, I think, 13,000 customers in the county. They're doing just an absolutely excellent job of running it, and they can provide rates that are lower than anything the city at its best efficiencies can provide. But there's a very compelling environmental reason for doing that as well, in that, there's the aquifer that we're drawing water from it's a finite resource, and we need to look at that very strategically and work closely with the PUD on managing that aquifer for the long term. There's some real concerns that by 2035, if we just keep pumping the way we're pumping, we're going to be creating saltwater intrusion into that aquifer. And I did the arithmetic, and my oldest granddaughter will be 34 at that time. Hopefully she's living in the island and has her children here. I don't want them to not have a safe, reliable source of water. So I think there's some things, and this is similar to the library, where it makes sense to work with county resources to more efficiently and effectively both deliver the service and manage the resource that provides that service.